Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are live streaming The Long Dark once again. This is, I think, our fourth or fifth one. Man, I've lost track. I honestly, to be totally honest with you, I didn't think I would live this long on an interloper run. It's really hit and miss. I've done several of these interloper runs, and like I say, sometimes I survive for a decent amount of time. Sometimes it's more of like an utter humiliation. But that's what's great about The Long Dark. Despite the humiliation, it does keep you coming back. You know what I mean? Hey, there he is. Consolus is here. You have your heavy hammer right here. I'd have to log into the other server to get it. Oh, that's right. Consolus is running with the sledgehammer. It's a fiery sledgehammer, too, kind of similar to the hammer of Thor, but maybe even a little bit tougher. But welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming by the stream, man. I appreciate you always being here, dude. And I had some fun this morning, despite our setbacks. I have a feeling we'll be able to take on the next one a little bit better. But hey, Dr. N.A., what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream again, my friend. I think that's 2 in a row for you, dude. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. So we're here on our interloper run, The Long Dark. If you're watching me on YouTube right now, there's a couple more videos before this one, so you can find them on my channel. And it's, like I said, been a tough challenge. We have not found the hammer yet, but also I'm missing, I would really love to find a pair of long underwear. I feel real good about myself if I had some more underwear on right now. Been watching 7 Days to Die series on YouTube. Nice, buddy. That's awesome. Are you a fan of 7 Days to Die? I mean, other than just watching it, do you play it too? Let's see, trying to take stock of what we got. So, okay, we got some water boiling because I think we were getting low. We got a little bit, yeah, we ran out on the last one. Food is not looking too great right now. Only having these 15 cattails. Hey, Goizaka, what's up, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Forlorn Muskeg, yeah, actually, I think that's going to be the plan for today. Consolus is heading towards that region. I'm going to clear Coastal Highway. I think we're going to spend a couple days here just looting it for clothing and food, but we're going to go to Forlorn, I think, after. Well, we'll have to go to Mystery Lake first, but yeah, good call. Honestly, I don't play games that much. I understand, Doctor. I get you, buddy. How's your new PC treating you? Looked good too. The pictures you shared on Discord look great, my friend. Goizaka, how you doing? How's your new year going, buddy? Let's see, 10 minutes. Okay, so yeah, food-wise, we do have our well-fed bonus. And oh wow, yeah, I just remembered my health is really low right now. What did we get? Food poisoning in the last one? Yeah, I ate something stupid and got myself sick. Ooh, it really almost killed me. Paid money just to upgrade PC for basically nothing. Just did it because in the future maybe I will get back into the game. I mean, it's not a bad idea, you know. I always try to convince my buddy. I got a good friend in real life who's a big console player. I'm like, don't get consoles, man. Just get yourself a computer. Get used to the mouse and keyboard because a PC is more like an investment than it is like just buying a platform for games, you know? If you want to eventually get into like graphic design in the future, you know, if that's a goal or something, or maybe something else. Maybe you want to get into writing, you know? The computer can facilitate a lot of different personal goals in your life, shoot, and something that like just a console can't really do. Hey, Jenner9, what's up, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for dropping in again. It's great to see you guys, all you folks here with me. I forgot to put my Twitch stats up. I don't know how many people are here in Twitch, so either way, that's not important. Let's grab this water. I don't want to let this fire burn out just yet because I might grab a torch or two from it, but we need to kind of look outside and see what the weather is. It's middle day, just about noon, and like I said, we've got a bit of looting to do here on this map, so I think we got chased into this place by a wolf, if I recall, so let's crouch as we exit, and we're going to look out the front. I'm just interested in the weather right now. Bit windy, probably couldn't handle a torch out here, so we might be good to spend a day, or not a day, I'm sorry, just like couple hours, maybe looking at our clothing, repairing a little bit. Also noticing I didn't loot these vehicles yet, so let's check these. Hopefully no wolf will come up and nip me in the behind here. All right, everybody having a good New Year so far? Mine's been kind of up and down. But tell you what, I am doubling my commitment to YouTube and Twitch and content creation this year in 2026. So this game is called The Long Dark, buddy. It's been out for a number of years. It's out of early access, though, so it's a fully released game. It's got DLC, but it's essentially wilderness survival. So it is in a post apocalyptic setting, but there's no zombies or anything like that. It's basically just you versus nature. And not just the weather, but there's also wildlife you got to be aware of. You know, wolves, bears, cougars in the game. There's also big herbivores like moose and stuff, which can take you out if you're not careful. But there's also deer and rabbits and ptarmigan, which you can use to feed yourself too. So it's a really great game. There's there's quite a following for it. Okay, so there's a dog coming at me. Let me show you. Yep, there's a wolf right there, and he's not happy with me. So we're gonna avoid him, and we're just gonna go back inside where he can't follow me. But yeah, if you got any other questions, buddy, feel free to shoot them out, shout them out. I'm not an expert at this game, but I do love it, and I've played it for many years, and I love the challenge that it gives. It's super difficult. It's like one of those where every decision you make along your journey really affects you, whether it's in that moment or the decision you make might snowball and affect you the next day or the next week, you know. It really does like have an authentic immersive survival feel to it. You can't use everything. In what sense? Oh, like it's not. Yeah, I think I kind of see what you mean. Let's see. I really want to see him playing Under Rail. Oh, Goizaka, I picked that up, buddy. I did. I did. I can definitely. I should be boiling water. What am I doing? I can definitely do some videos for it. It's fun. Actually, what was it that kind of. Oh, the map is a little bit hard for me to understand and navigate, but I got into it. I did for an RPG, you know, that isometric RPG like game. It was cool. It definitely appealed to me. I could see myself losing a lot of hours into that one. The crafting alone feels really cool. All right, so I'm out of wood here. I think that I probably shouldn't have worried about the snow. Let me just take this. We're gonna pick these up. I'm just going to let the fire burn out because I don't have the wood to keep it sustained long enough. We'll just drop this. I actually do have a decent amount of potable water now. We're at 74 pounds. Decent amount of matches. Let's look at our clothing, see what we can do here. If I can harvest or repair some of this. We've got some decent stuff. I don't want to drop it all. Let's see, what am I wearing currently? Thin wool sweater. Let's look at this hockey jersey we've got. Maybe we can repair it. Oh, this reminds me too. Something I've mentioned a couple of times is that, and for you veteran players or people who've tuned into the streams, you'll know what I'm talking about, like Consolas, I think, as we've talked about this. I have said a couple of times that if you take off the clothes, you get a bonus to your repair chance. Well, I was rewatching some of the footage and I started to think about that. So I Googled it, and apparently that's not true. It is not the case. I don't know if it was like something that they had initially and then took out, or if it was just me like inventing that in my head. But apparently it has no effect. But I'm still going to do it for role playing purposes. No. But I just figured I'd mention that. Okay, I want to compare this wool sweater to this thing. I mean, it's better in almost all regards, except it's a little heavier and it doesn't quite have the same waterproofness. But I think we're going to wear that. It's going to be an upgrade in all other facets. Boom. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, the map is somewhat complex. Definitely worth a try. I really I want to build like somebody who's really good at crafting and get into designing all my own weapons and tools and stuff. I can tell that kind of system in that game goes really deep. Do you know the Outdoor Boys? No, I've never heard of that one. Home in the Snow, Cut These Trees. I'm not familiar. Have I tried playing Terminus? Yeah, I've got a couple videos for Terminus on my channel, but if you search hardware to spare Terminus, I think I did like 3 or 4 of them. Slashem's played it. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I own it. It was good. It was good. Didn't grab me right away, but I mean, I could give it a look again. Is it in early access or is it fully released? I can't remember. Let's see. Drink up, buddy. Just trying to pass a little bit more time because we're going to peek our heads out here. Now, one thing that I have said, which is true, is that the temperature gets a little warmer as the evening progresses. Not into nighttime, obviously, but you want to get to that noon and afternoon stage because that's when, like, travel is best, typically. Okay, yeah, see, we're looking. Oh, never mind. Wind's picking up again. Let's just head out though, because even though it looks windy, the temperature gauge itself, there's the moose. See the big moose? Oh, look, there's a wolf over there by him too, I think. Yeah. We might see like a wolf moose encounter right here, people. You see that? Okay, yeah, the wind is whipping, but my temperature is not terrible. Look at the moose and the wolves right next to each other, coexisting. Oh, snap. Okay, I think he just got spooked by the moose. I don't know what happened. All right, we're wasting time. So, if I recall, we looted that house. Of course, that's looted too. Let's check. I think our only places left are out on the lake. So, can I get down here? No. I want to peek my head into this house too. I think we looted it, but I just want to double check it. Man, I don't like the sound of this wind. It really sounds like it's picking up. Yeah. So we've got a couple of spots here to look at, but it's going to take a bit of traveling, so I'm a little nervous here about this. If we get caught, the worst thing on this map is if you're out on this lake and you get caught in like a whiteout or a blizzard where you can't see, because it's impossible. There's no landmarks to like navigate by out here on the ice. Shit, there's the bear. Yeah, the wildlife is just out in force today, isn't it? All right, let's see. The Outdoor Boys is a YouTube channel. Oh, okay. And I think it's American who goes out into the wilderness, Alaska, Canada. I love those kind of wilderness survival shows. I have to check that one out, Doctor, for sure. You can, if you can remember, link it in Discord, but I'll try and remember to check it out too. Yeah, I like the real authentic ones. That's what's great about YouTube. You know, people who are recording themselves out in the wilderness and posting on YouTube. That's real stuff, you know. The Survivor Man was another show that I really enjoyed with Les Stroud. And right about that same time, in fact, I think they ran simultaneously. There was another one called, with Bear Grylls, called Man vs. Wild. And those two shows kind of help to illustrate what I like and dislike in the survival genre of TV, at least. You know, Les Stroud, he's a realistic guy. He went out there with his own film equipment by himself. And so every shot you see of him like walking off into the distance, he had to set up that camera, put it on the tripod, walk away to get the shot, and then he had to return and get the camera, you know, and cut that part out of the later footage, obviously. But so he was a real deal. Now, not to say that Bear Grylls wasn't. Hey, what's up, Slash? We were just talking about you, buddy. I'm going off on a tirade right now about survival shows, but we were just talking about you and Terminus, one of the games you've been playing. But yeah, Bear Grylls, he has a serious background. Like, I think he comes from SAS, which is British Special Forces. So he's not some faker, but the show itself, it was like a Discovery production, I think, or something. So like he would have a camera crew, and I've read that like he wouldn't actually like sleep out in the wilderness. Like they pretend he was going to sleep somewhere, and then they would just like helicopter off to a hotel for the night. But you know how true those stories are, it's hard to say. I certainly couldn't do the things that he did, but yeah, you just mentioned you Slash him. Slashim's famous. You know, Slashim, I was on Reddit the other day looking at the Yeah, it was Cataclysm. And they were asking about YouTubers, like who reckon what YouTubers to watch for Cataclysm. And I was like, ooh, is my name on that list? So I looked and I was on there, but you were mentioned too, buddy. people know your channel, man. The Cataclysm community is a tight-knit group. What's going on, Hanny Hanny? Hello, my good friend. How you doing, buddy? Enjoying your day so far? Your pictures on Discord have been pretty cool. I'm a big bonsai fan for sure. So we're approaching, is this Jackrabbit Island? It's either Jackrabbit Island or the Misanthrope's Cottage, but I think this is Jackrabbit. Now, despite the name, I'm not going to be hunting any rabbits. If we could, I'd like to get through this map and leave today, but I don't think that's going to be possible. We'll probably have to sleep here another night and leave in the morning or something tomorrow afternoon. You're only going to lurk for now while I'm cooking? No problem, buddy. What you cooking? Oh, I might need a stick, actually. Oh, I'm trying to hit E to pick that up. Wrong game, buddy. I'm over here playing 7 Days to Die. This is the Long Dark. Alright, so let's pop into here. I'm pretty sure we haven't been to this location yet. This is the Misanthrope's homestead. Cool. You know, I learned the word misanthrope from Star Trek The Next Generation, baby. Q. Captain Picard calls Q a misanthrope. And I was like, what does that mean? When I was like 16 watching that show for the first time, I had to go look it up. But then I realized, wow, that's actually me. Fish stir fry and mashed potatoes. Not bad, buddy. That sounds delicious. I've got a little pork tenderloin in the crock pot right now. So when I get done with stream today, that'll be ready to go. I just got to prepare the sides and stuff. I'll share some pictures with you on Discord. But sounds good, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. Nice. Look at this. 3 pounds of fish, baby, and it's already cooked. I'm just going to eat that. Do we have stink lines? No. I think I'm just going to eat it. We'll take a couple bites. We'll save part of it. It's the apocalypse, people. Listen, I'm nibbling on fish as I go, okay? Don't judge me here. You're a little burnt out on Cataclysm at the moment now, Slash? Really? I understand that, buddy. I understand that. Actually, have you ever done, and I'm sure you probably have you done the Inner Woods runs before? Because I could probably say that I was starting to get a little burned out too, but this Inner Woods run is so different that it's definitely reinvigorated my appreciation for the game. Can you fortify your home, make it less cold? Good question. No, you can, like, add decorations to your home. Like, if I go into this mode, see, I can, like, take this picture and add it, but you can't really fortify your base to make it more warm. That's a good question. You could light a fire, and that would warm it up, but really, the thing you're really focused on in this game more in terms of your warmth is crafting your clothing. Let me show you here. Whoops. If we go to our crafting, look at the clothing. There's a whole bunch of like natural clothes that you can make. So for instance, you're going to have to kill a bear, but if you can get the bearskin coat, the cougar wrap, deerskin boots, if you make these things, then cold is not even going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? But so the game is a bit more focused on the crafting side than it is like the base building side, I would say. Let's see, I've never tried Inner Woods, but I'm getting a big kick out of watching. Oh, you're watching along, buddy? Thank you. I'm glad you're tuning in for that. We got a new episode coming out tonight. Yeah, give it a try, you know. I'm a big fan of that game, The Unreal World, which I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with. It's another roguelike set in a wilderness survival situation, but, you know, some of my commenters have compared the Inner Woods run to Unreal World on steroids, and I think that's a real good comparison. Yes, Slasham, are you? Oh, that's right. You are a 7 Days to Die fan. Consolus has made a server. Oh, I just looked in that one. Or he's hosting a server for 7 Days to Die, buddy. You got access to it on the Discord. It's not a public one, I should mention, too. It's not part of my Patreon. It's just for the Discord group, because Consolus was nice enough to make it. Hey, Wist. Hi there. How's it going today? I'm glad you can make it. She was playing a little bit of Long Dark in the previous weeks, too. But thanks for coming in. Wist, how's your 2026 going? You having a good year so far? It's only been 4 days? Oh my God, what happened to day number 3? Where'd that go? We'll leave the water. I'm already carrying around about a gallon. No worries, Slasher, no worries. It's there. If you gotta get your Steam ID and give it to Consolus, but so he can whitelist you for the server. But yeah, dude, it's been fun. I've been through a couple of Horde nights now, and yeah, we did one this morning. It was crazy. All right. Oh, all good. That's great to hear, List. So let's make it to Jackrabbit Island. Hello, Bill Beto. Didn't really get too much out of the Misanthrope's cottage. Sadly, no clothes, not much food. I think I got a can of food out of that, but we're going to hit up this shack. Actually, wait, let me look at my... Sorry, I'm still a little sick, guys. I think we can do this. I think we can make the long journey around the lake to get to all these fishing shacks. Ugh. What started out as I only thought was just as like a sinus thing or like allergies turned into full-fledged flu, but I'm feeling better today. All right, so I'm low on energy. We're just going to walk it, but we're going to go from this hut to that hut to the huts over there, and then we're going to turn and hopefully check out Jackrabbit Island, all the while kind of steering towards the exit to Mystery Lake. Is where our eventual next stop is going to be. We're going to go to Mystery Lake and drop off a few things, and then we're immediately heading to Forlorn Muskeg, if plans go, according to what I want to do. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Thanks for coming by. I don't have my Twitch stats on for some reason. I forgot to turn those on. But I'm glad you all could join me. Okay, damn it. I've already checked that one. See, that's the problem with coming through these regions once and be like, I'll just return to it and loot the rest of it later. I forget where I've looted and where I haven't. It's a problem for the ages, people. But also, don't forget to stay hydrated, everybody. Okay. Yeah, 7 Days to Die has been quite an experience. There is a satchel, right, List? I think there's like the moose satchel you can make, and you can actually find an improved backpack. Whoops. I don't want to stop right now because we have limited light. Maybe when we get to a nice spot, we can look through our crafting again. But currently the sun is going down. It's falling behind the mountains there. And we've got a couple of other points of interest I want to stop at before that. Now, there's a wolf out there in the middle of the ice, too. The good news is, right now, I might even be able to whip up a quick fire with my magnifying glass. And then that way I don't have to use any matches. Sole reason I never used the spray. Oh, nice. Okay, well, this one we haven't searched yet. Really hoping to get a hammer. Moose satchel, yep, that's what I was thinking of. And the moose satchel is pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty substantial. I've never actually made it. I've never killed a moose. All right, let's see if we can do this. Now, see, it doesn't, the start button is not present. Well, in that case, if this wolf, oh crap, it's coming right at me. Gives me trouble, I'll just light a torch. I'd like to get to that fishing shack dead ahead. And then over to Jackrabbit Island. We'll probably have to sleep at the island. What? I don't have any stink lines on, but he looks... Oh, he is definitely coming for me, this stinker. Bring it, dude. He's not even making noises. This is the silent wolf, people. Oh, now I hear him. Now I hear his little butt. Run away. Oh, there's rabbits over here. If we run towards these rabbits, he'll probably aggro on them. Up, up, up. There's also a well-fed bonus and technical backpack. Correct, yeah. So the well-fed bonus, it's just a challenge to keep your character above starvation. But if you're able to do that for several days in a row, then you get a little bonus. You know, you become well fed and you can carry more. The bow is actually kind of what I'm working on now. Yeah. So it's a little bit complicated. It's not complicated, but I'm playing on one of the harder difficulties. There are guns such as rifles and pistols in this game, but the difficulty I'm playing on removes those and makes the player rely strictly on bows and arrows. But you can't just find a bow and arrow laying around. You have to make them. And the hard part is forging the arrowheads. So you literally have to take metal and charcoal to a forge. And you have to have a particular tool called the heavy hammer. You won't be able to get me while I'm inside this cottage. But that's what I'm working on now, is I have not got the heavy hammer yet. So we're kind of on the search for that. You make a bow in real life. I actually made one when I was younger. That's cool. I bet that was difficult to knock the bowstring, huh? In fact, he might have de-aggroed completely when I entered this. He might be returning to his normal pathing area. I don't know. Oh, no, there he is. We gotta go right over there. Oop. Just go away, dog. That was fun. Too bad they're stupid. What are you doing? Look at his butt. Shake that thing. All right, I'm tempted to just sprint, but I'm going to be patient. Just wait for him. It gets a little bit out of range. We can sprint over there. I don't see any like beach or shore wash up stuff, whatever it's called. You can fight an animal from such a location. I might actually. You don't often see him walk that close to the door, but that would have potentially, I don't know. There's not really a way to fight him without getting engaged in that stupid little combat, which I hate. I always die. Hey, what's going on? We got a first-time chatter, Molito66. Hello. Just learning the game on easy survival mode. I haven't been to all the regions yet. I've made a base in Mystery Lake. Me too. Ranger's office, trying to survive 1,000 days. Well, congrats, buddy. The Long Dark is an amazing game, and it will keep you entertained for many, many months, buddy. All right, I'm done with this wolf. I'm done with you, wolf. Get away. Yeah, but welcome to the stream, dude. We're playing on Interloper difficulty, so I'm probably going to die today, but, you know, that's what it's all about, playing on Interloper. What is this? There's an ore here. Oh, I can break that down and a raw salmon. Let's go. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Now I do have... Whoa, no. Now I do have stink lines on me. I'm also really encumbered, so I can not walk very well. Yeah, there's no spear or anything. That's one of my big, like, things that I hate about this game. I don't want to say hate, but I do kind of hate the combat. I've touched on it before, so I won't belabor the point, but it always felt like, to me, the wolf combat, where it's just like tap, 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 was like a placeholder during early access that they meant to, like, install, like, a real system, but they just never did. I don't know. Again, like I said, I won't talk about it too much because I've already spent time talking about that, but overall, I do love this game. And you can tell that, just look at my channel. I keep coming back to it, you know, year after year. Every winter, it gets cold outside. My urge to play The Long Dark increases. 2 fish, people. Look at that. 2 fishies. Oh, okay. Shoot. 3 fish. I need a maple sapling, please. Can I get a maple sapling? God of the ocean. What's that guy's name? Poseidon. The spear only exists in the campaign. Oh, really? I didn't even know it would existed in the campaign. There's a freaking pallet down here. Is your character female? It is. She is a female, buddy. I chose that for a specific reason, too, just because she complains less and doesn't breathe so heavily as the male character. So it's more of a practical choice than an aesthetic or gender choice. She just, when you play with the male character and you sprint a lot, he like, you're gonna hear it. He sounds like a horse. He breathes so heavily. You watch most YouTubers, they'll choose the female character because she's quiet. Not to say that all females are quieter than males. No, 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 no. Let's not be sexist here. In fact, I've known some pretty loud females in my time. All right, let's not cross any lines, though. Melita says, yes, I love it more like actual survival. 100%. 6-year-old grandma playing survival games. Who would have guessed that's what I would be doing for my retirement? But it's mostly winter months I play on the Reeds. You know what? That's so true to my life, too. Not necessarily the gardening part, but I love this game during the winter, as I mentioned. All right, got to maintain our well-fed bonus here, but... yeah, that's great. Listen, I hope in my retirement that I can also be playing video games. Actually, I plan on just playing video games straight through. Forever. God, this is such a slow travel here up this hill. We'll get there. We're going to be able to carry a bit more in the morning because we won't be so darn tired. Doesn't breathe hard. Is this game 18 plus? No, it's not. Done cooking. Right on, buddy. The key to good mashed potatoes is the seasoning and curry. You know what I love in my mashed potatoes? A little bit of sour cream. Put about a tablespoon, maybe 2, of some sour cream in your mashed potatoes. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's see. Molita says, like a bear. I like hibernating in the winter. This game is so cozy, especially when you do play it on like the easier difficulties, which I highly recommend for new people. Yeah, don't try and jump into Interloper for sure, but it's one of the things when you do start to break into the harder difficulties, you'll experience like sheer terror and the fear of death, you know, because of bears or blizzards or whatever, but you also experience moments of just pure coziness and pleasure when you're cooking or, you know, crafting, making some tea. All right, so we're going to sleep here tonight. Is there a seat? It's Forever Winter, buddy. Forever Winter. Is that a song? It's probably a song. Forever Winter. I don't know the tune, though. Even if I did, I probably shouldn't sing it. All right, let's eat the rest of this. I've got 3 raw fish on me now. I have to cook these and eat them. Otherwise, we're going to be stinking like a fish tomorrow when we try and walk around. Every wolf in the place will be on me. It's hard not to die uneasy. It took me about 5 tries making it to 500 days. Yeah, well, this game is punishing. No doubt. No doubt about it. It's brutal. Yeah, my Interloper runs. I've done a few. You know, I've got several seasons, I think 4 or 5 on my YouTube channel, but they rarely go past like 20 episodes. I don't think I've ever reached 20 episodes in one of my Interloper runs, but I'm also in this stage where like I can't really play on the lower difficulties. I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels, so to speak, when I play on lower difficulty. I always want that challenge, you know? Even though more often than not I die. Still like the hope that one day I could overcome, you know, the most extreme difficulty. And now, of course, in my time trying to take on Interloper, they've actually made a more difficult version of the game. So now, once I've mastered Interloper, I've got a whole new challenge to look forward to. It's called Misery. All right, so, damn. These are our clothing. This is where I'm hoping to get, like, this is actually probably going to be some of the last clothing spots right here. These 4 places we can search. So, again, I'm really hoping to find another pair of long underwear today. That would be amazing. Long underwear is one of those slots, as far as I know, that you can't fill with, like, natural clothing. So I couldn't make, like, deerskin long undies or anything like that, unfortunately. A book. Well... there goes the hope for our long underwear, for now. Finland is one of my dream locations I want to visit. I don't see snow often down there in South Africa. Yeah, unless you hike to the mountains. That makes sense. Let's grab this. Finland's an awesome... it's all of Scandinavia. I would love to visit anywhere in there. You know, we've got a couple members from Scandinavia. Matza is from Norway. I'm sure he doesn't mind me telling people that. He's not here right now, but I love to learn about their cultures too. So interesting. But yeah, I'd love to visit. I watch some travel and like food travel channels on YouTube, like Mark Wiens and a couple others. I really enjoy seeing those. Now, Finland, they eat a lot of fish, and of course across Scandinavia, especially in the northern parts. Okay, so God, I'm sorry about this cold, guys. Let me put another cough drop real quick. Oh, you want to have a snowy Christmas once in your life? Yeah, I feel you, buddy. I feel you. All right, let's pop outside. We're getting real tired, but I would like to maybe start a fire here. And we're not in the best weather for a fire, but I think we're in a good position for a fire. I should probably use some of my accelerant here, but it's not life or death, so I'll save it. Yeah, snowy Christmas. Oh, damn it. There is really nothing better than a snowy Christmas. I won't lie to you, but I wish I could say, it's overrated, but it's not. Having snow on Christmas is the best. My Christmas this year was actually literally 72 degrees Fahrenheit, which for the Celsius people out there, that's like a warm summer day. Warmish. A mild summer day. All right, out of here. Add. Cedar. So we're going to try and slap these fish on here. Right? Yeah. I'm just going to take. Because if we cook these fish, they will be less smelly. And obviously then I can eat them too. Molito, White Christmas always makes it more special. It does. Yeah, one of my reasons I love winter is because of snow. It's so clean and like, I don't know, even though people do get sick a lot during the winter, it just feels like everything is refreshed during the snow. And then, of course, it all melts and turns brown and gets gross and stuff. But initially, it's nice. All right, so we're in a pretty bad storm out here. But again, this is like what I was talking about. One of those moments in the long dark where it's just absolutely a blizzardy, crazy mess while we're just chilling right by the fire here. Now, if the wind changes, we're screwed. But I think the wind is changing. Yeah, the fire just went from 2 hours to 9 minutes. So the wind is not good. So going to give me a break here, or these guys won't be ready for 30 minutes. It's too windy to sustain the fire. I know, the atmosphere is great. It's one thing I always do is try to cook outside. So even in my base, like my eventual base, I'll just be outside cooking. Well, I don't think this is going to work, so let's pick these up. Kind of hoping that wind would change, but not to worry. What we'll do is we'll get out here first thing in the morning. All right, sorry, I have to go into cheat mode here so we can get back to our bed. I know it's pretty dark, but you feel cooler just watching the stream. That's funny. All right, so before bed, let's make sure to fill up our bellies here. You can find lanterns. I do have a lantern. You can find them. You can make torches, but a proper lantern has to be found. There's my lantern right there. And you can find gas or fuel. You also get a small amount of lantern fuel every time you eat a fish, believe it or not. That's something that's not, I don't want to say it's like new to the game, but it was not always a part of the game. But either way. All right, what are we doing? We're going to eat. Just trying to decide what to eat here and what to save. I'll eat this stuff that's in the 74%. This percentage here is how long till it rots. These two I'm not going to eat until they're cooked. Obviously, I'm not going to eat the fish while it's raw. Is the fish oil used? Yeah, it's you can save up fish oil and use it to light your lantern with.
It'd
Yep.
snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Last winter when I played, it was catching fish that gave me fuel. Yep. Yep, it's a cool mechanic too. I like the way that is. Hey, Monster Demon, how's it going, buddy? How is Interloper different than spawning into the game normally? That's a great question. Interloper removes a lot of the loot, so you literally won't see the best clothing items like the really good coats and some of the other nice shirts won't even appear in the game. So you're going to be left more to rely on making your own like animal based clothing. It also removes all firearms from the game. So no pistol, no rifle, no bullets. You have to rely on a bow and arrow to do any real serious hunting. You can, of course, set up traps for rabbits and throw rocks and stuff, but bow and arrow is the key. And of course, you don't start with the bow and arrow, you literally have to build it from scratch. And in addition to those two big changes, the weather also progressively gets worse and worse. So the longer you survive in an interloper world, the more the colder and the more drastic the weather will get over time. And there's probably some other changes too, but those are the real big ones, I would say. Doesn't affect the maps in any way, except, like I said, just loot generation, basically. See, you have 4 J cans full of fuel from living on fish in Mystery Lake. One of my favorite things to do is like go like get a bunch of wood and stockpile it in like a little fishing hut, get together a whole bunch of fishing hooks and just like spend 4 or 5 days just like in a fishing hut, just doing nothing but fishing and cooking, boiling water. You can actually get an achievement for sleeping outdoors. I think it's for 3 days straight without ever going indoors. And the best way to do that is in a fishing hut. Just like I said, just stockpile a bunch of wood and just fish. Something about that, I love it. Can you make a winter freezer? You can store your food outdoors, and it does stay fresh for longer if you drop it out in the snow. You can, and actually, you can cure things with salt now too. There is salt in the game, which you can find or mine naturally from caves, and you can build like a little curing thing for your meat. You've noticed that some blizzards last all day and night? Yeah. And I have wood stocked up and everything in my fishing hut. Yeah, it's so much fun. All right, so can you build an igloo? You can build a snow shelter right here. Oh, that's the ice fishing hole. Snow shelter. I don't have the materials to build it, but I've never actually built one of these either, to be honest. I don't know why. I mean, if you're on a map, some maps have places like this with lots of buildings and houses. Some maps don't. Some maps are very outdoors where there's just not a lot
I'll dive.
of like great places to sleep. So you can build a little snow shelter in that situation. Yeah. They've added a lot to this game over the years. So let's step outside and see what the weather's like. Hopefully we can get this fire going again. This is probably perfect weather to use our magnifying glass. Oh, I have no tinder. Shite. Let's go back inside. Consolus. You built one once. It's not enough to survive a blizzard. Afterwards, without a cabin, played without cabin fever. That's interesting too. Yeah, if you have that shelter, you're probably gonna need a fire in addition to it too, aren't you? Why did I come in here? Oh, I don't have tinder. So let's take a stick and we're gonna harvest the stick for a couple tinder plugs. Gotta watch this food level right here. I do not want that to dip into starvation levels. Luckily, we've got a decent amount. Just needs to be cooked. So let's get out here. Hold on. Let me look at my fire stuff. Oh, is there anything I can break down real quick? That'll take too long. I'd like to have maybe a little bit more wood, but, well, just going with what we got here, I think. Maybe I can pick up some sticks along the island. Yeah, there's a bunch of sticks around. All right, let's get this lit while the magnifying glass works. Perfect. Boom. What? Oh, it's too windy? God damn it. Oh, man. Well, we cannot walk around here with the stink lines like this.
Carry this load for much longer.
I can do it over here. Let me. Oh, come on. What the hell? Huh. Can't place this anywhere here. Too windy over here. It's not too windy on this side, though, is it? It is. It's actually kind of hard to tell which direction the wind is coming from. Well, try it over here. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work. We got to try it, though. There are houses with fireplaces. Yeah, we unfortunately happen to be in one that just isn't equipped with like a stove or anywhere we can cook indoors. Yeah, the better places for like a base and stuff, we'll have something indoors, depending. Although, like I said, I do prefer to cook out. Damn it, cook outside, because there is a mechanic in the game called cabin fever. So if you stay indoors without going outside for too long, you can get cabin fever, and it starts to affect your health and whatnot. So if you just spend like significant amounts of time outdoors, you know, cooking or whatnot, then it's not an issue. But isolated alone sounds nice. I'm a very solitary person in real life too. I've always preferred my own company, as they say. You know, I like people a lot, but just on a long-term basis, I prefer to be alone too. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I think the Long Dark is appealing to me, because it does put the player into that kind of a isolationist survival situation. Alright, so we got an hour and 41 there. Wow, that thing's not ready for another hour and 12 minutes. Yowza. So I don't want to spend the time out here, because this fire is not actually enough to keep me warm. So let's go inside. I'm not going to enter through that. All I need is my gaming PC and a good book, and I will stay alone for weeks. Yeah, I'm with you. And just like some delivery or something. All right, so let's eat a little bit. Almost out of cattails, people, but good news is we're going to Forlorn Muskeg after this, so we should be able to restock. I think cabin fever isn't realistic, in my opinion. It can swim 2 weeks without going outside. I very much agree, and you can spend 2 weeks going. Yeah, I very much think that is like a psychological affliction, and therefore it's not going to be something which applies to every person universally. I mean, at least in my country's history, in the United States, there's a rich history of what they call mountain men, who these are individuals, men and women, I'm sure too, who would go out by themselves with just their animals and live a life of trapping and isolation. You know, it wasn't a large segment of the population, but there were individuals who prefer that, who would maybe not speak to a person for years, you know. And those people, I'm sure, didn't have the worst, or have any worse for wear in terms of cabin fever, you know. That wouldn't even make sense to them. They love their cabins. Okay, let's see. But no, I was actually just watching a movie the other night called Jeremiah Johnson, which is based on a mountain man from the States. All right, let's see here. Oh, no. I can't see my fish. Inedible? Oh, I spent too long reading. Damn it. Oh, that's a shame. Well, the weather's better. At least I can sit out here and not freeze. Damn it, I wasted some food. Are there pet dogs or cats or anything like that? No. No pets. There's definitely animals, but none of them are friendly at all. God damn, I can't believe I burned that. Oh well, it was a free fish. I didn't really earn it. It just came to me from a cabinet. All right, 10 minutes, 38. Let's grab these little natural things around here. If you keep busy and you do what you like, you can live in isolation for a long time. I agree. Boom, boom, boom. One of my favorite philosophers, Henry David Thoreau. He was lived during a time what they call the Enlightenment era. He's very much an isolationist kind of guy, and he's quoted as saying that the most how does it go? Hold on. There is no companion as companionable as solitude. It's very poetic. He was a poet too, in addition to writing many things, but he's most notably known for a document he wrote called Civil Disobedience, which was an inspiration to people like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King when they went about their nonviolent protests against the state. You know, they in fact said that Henry David Thoreau's Civil Disobedience was, in fact, an inspiration to them and their movements. Really, really influential document. He was arrested, and then he wrote Civil Disobedience while he was in prison. And he was arrested for not paying his taxes to the state because he didn't believe he should be forced to support foreign wars that the United States government was engaging in with Mexico at the time. When he was alive, it was with Mexico. Very much still in effect to this day, but interesting. Like I said, he was thrown in jail for that, and that's when he wrote Civil Disobedience, but kind of got off track there. Let's finish these up. Uh-oh. Have that. All right, 8 minutes. Grab that. We're about to head out. Oh, crap. I just noticed that the weather is not good. We'll spend a little bit of time reading, I think, indoors. But this is good. We did get the food cooked. Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else to cook. Nope. All right. Hey, Mega Mid Boss. I don't see your game category showing on Twitch. Oh no, you're right. I forgot to put that in. Thank you, my friend. Oh, I just typed in vintage story. The Long Dark. You're right. I put in the title, I put in the tags, but I did not put in the category, which means the game. So thank you for letting me know, Mega Mid Boss. I have corrected that, my friend. And if you refresh now, you should see it on there, but I really appreciate that. That's helpful. Oops. All right, so 53. Let's grab a couple of torches out of this thing. Yeah, I got to change that every single, I stream on the weekend, so I got to change it between streams, and I just forgot to add that one on there. Take the torch. Let's go inside. We're going to kill a little bit of time till this weather clears up. Hopefully the weather doesn't get worse. That's the real risk here. But food-wise, we're not doing too bad. I'm nervous about eating these 30% cans, though. That could give me food poisoning. Oh, you taking off, Doctor? Have a good day, buddy. Thanks for coming by and checking out the game, dude. Exactly, like what the US is currently doing. Exactly. But thanks for dropping in, my friend. It's good to talk to you as always. Hope you stay safe, buddy, and get in touch again soon. All right, so I don't really need to eat right now. Let's read a book. All I have is a book on fishing. So we'll just read that. Water's draining. It's okay. All right, let's drinky. And we're going to try and get out of this map. There's a couple more fishing huts that I kind of want to peek into and look at, but see this whiteout? You can't see more than, a couple dozen feet in front of you. This is not safe to travel. Not out on this lake. So, in other words, we got to stop back inside. I think I'm actually going to sleep for an hour. Maybe we can recover at least a tiny bit of our health. Too, because my health bar is still not 100%. Oh, how's everybody doing? I feel a lot better today. I think by tomorrow I should be not 100%, but pretty well back to normal. All right, let's see. Okay, and what's the weather like out here? Excuse me. God damn it, look at this. I can't see out here. I have a feeling it's going to change in the next couple of hours in game. It's either going to get better or it's going to get worse. So let's give it just a little bit more time. There's really no way that I can venture out like this. Step outside. Please be clear. Please be clear. Yes, beautiful. All right, now's the time. We've got to make haste, get out of this map. Yeah, I don't have any stink lines on me. There's a couple places I'd like to look at for loot, but otherwise we're good. We're good. I think it'll hold too. I don't think we'll see a blizzard on this particular map for now. Let's see, tomorrow's going to be a long day being back at work after the holidays. I'm sorry, Hanny. That does suck, buddy. I know exactly what you mean. It's tough going back. Alright, I'm trying to look for any... Okay, we're heading this way. Sometimes if you go around to the back of the island, there's like a corpse that will spawn. And it can have like matches or stuff, but there's no birds overhead, so I don't think there's anything there. I tell you, doing this little beach combing is pretty profitable, though.
It's getting kind of heavy.
Okay, there's birds over here, right? Yeah, they're there. Let's go along these little archipelago. Hey, what games are you interested in streaming and playing? How you doing, Kyler? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Well, I do a lot of indie games mostly, very much survival focused for the large part. Obviously, we're playing The Long Dark now, but I also play games like Vintage Story, Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Recently, I've been playing 7 Days to Die, which is a bit of an older game, but it's certainly in that survival genre. And that's a new one to me, but it's been a lot of fun learning it. I'm actually going to be streaming 7 Days to Die tomorrow, too. But I do have my schedule posted on the Twitch channel, so if you're interested, I keep that up to date. For now, I've been pretty much streaming Friday to Saturdays and Sundays, but I am going to extend that. I think here in the next couple of days, I'm going to start streaming more. But again, I'll keep that schedule posted, so make sure you check that out as we go forward. But I'm also working on doing some simultaneous streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But either way, thanks for dropping by, buddy. If you got any other questions, feel free to shout them out. Let's see, I've streamed RimWorld too, but man, like Slash'em, you were talking earlier about how you're kind of burned out on, what's it called, Cataclysm. I'm a little bit burned out on RimWorld too, and the Unreal World, sadly. All the worlds. No, but those two are some of my all-time, like, I've got the most hours on Steam in those two games, probably. Hello? Damn it. Okay, it's empty. Well, we did not get the hammer from the coastal highway, which was one of the hopes I was going for. You know what I just realized too? Oh, shoot. I think I left some loot along the road too, didn't I? Oh no. I left loot behind and I can't remember what it was. Damn it. Is there an HD Vintage Story server? That's a really good question. Actually, I did take it down or put a pause on it essentially for now. It wasn't getting a lot of traffic, so short answer is no. There's not currently a Vintage Story streamer for my Patreon, but we are going to be my community and myself are going to be joining the official Vintage Story server. It's called the Tops server. Tops. That's run by the studio, the developers of Vintage Story. So it's a public server, and there's going to be a full server restart. So they're going to be going with a brand new, fresh world. And that's going to happen right around January 24th of this month. So, and anybody is free to join that. Of course, they are very strict there. I should always mention that when I talk about this. So you got to be on your best behavior because they have like a zero tolerance policy over there. The moderators of that server. It's not my server, so I'm not connected to it in any way. But I'm going to be playing on it and joining it with some friends and hopefully building up a nice little community. And anybody's welcome to stop by and visit, say hello. And Disco Elysium. That's what I've heard of. Yeah. Some of the other YouTubers and streamers I watch semi-infrequently, I've heard them talk about that one before. How many years have you played the Unreal World? Oh boy. I certainly didn't play it like in the 90s. I wasn't aware of it until much later in its development because, of course, the Unreal World is one of the oldest games still in active development. I'm not even exaggerating. It started in 1993, still to this day being updated, but probably the late 2010s-ish, yeah. But I do have close to, I think, over 2,000 hours on it, or like 1,500 hours on Steam. Have to look. It's been a while since I looked at that, but for me, it might be the time for RimWorld again. Sometimes the first or second quarter. Last big time was Christmas before the last. And you know what? I said I'm tired of it, but I might be persuaded to get into it again too. Maybe I'll make a RimWorld channel in the Discord, buddy, and if you post enough, you could get me into it. Hey, Saturn's here. What's up, dude? Greetings, Saturn. Greetings, my friend, from the great oh, snap. We got the bear, we got the bear, we got the bear. Run, run, run. I was going for that little birch. And that bear, he was too close. That was his cave, actually, right there. So I knew that he would be around, but I think we're safe. The bears are pretty slow. I'm pretty slow, too, right now, sadly. Ooh, that was Saturn. You literally summoned that bear, bro. How dare you? How dare you do that to me? You did too, didn't you? I was literally saying your name. A bear just appeared. Oh, I tell you what, bro. Once we get this bow and arrow made, I will go on a bear hunt. You need a big mod pack from my source that fascinates me enough. Oh, you mean for RimWorld? Consolus, are you a Star Wars fan? Are you a fan of the Star Wars? Oh, shit. There is a couple of, like, mods for Star Wars. Like that add Jedi and Jedi powers and lightsabers to RimWorld. I've got a whole series on it, but those are really cool. I really like those mods. I mean, there's so many great mods, but you're right. There's probably some new ones. I'll have to browse through the workshop. That would probably almost certainly make me want to play again if I went looking through their workshop. All right, let's see. I got a dog following me. I'm reading chat here. Looks like the guy from Saturn predicted yeah, he did. He didn't predict it, buddy. He summoned it like a warlock summons a demon on Halloween. All right, not in particular, but I also didn't dislike that. I usually play along with the mod packs a certain stream. Oh, okay. Excuse me. You know, I've done a bunch of series. The one that I was most recently thinking about was a Star Wars themed one, but here's what I was thinking. Because the newest DLC for RimWorld added the ships, you can actually create your own starships and like fly across the planet and into orbit. I was thinking like a solo Sith. Okay, start with just one colonist, and he's a solo Sith, and he has his own ship, but his mission is to search out and find an apprentice, so another pawn that's young enough that has force sensitivity, you know, because that's how the Sith do it. It's the rule of two, you know. But I don't know. That's really as far as I got in thinking about it. But we would, of course, incorporate the ship, you know, the new ship mechanic from the DLC into that kind of a series, hopping from colony to colony and assaulting them. And the fun part is, like, the Jedi powers and the Sith powers, too, that you can get, they are good in combat. You can lay waste to quite a few pawns with just, like, a single Sith character. If they're powerful enough. It's awesome. Saturn, everybody missed you, Saturn. Saturn, are you thinking about joining us for the Vintage Story official server that we're going to be hopping into? I know you got kids and a profession and stuff, but we'd all love to see you. We'll build you a little shack for panning. Keep it warm for you, buddy. Okay, this dog. We're almost out of here. We've almost made it to the exit, people. Okay, don't stop now. Unfortunately, I did pick all the cattails along this route recently. The guy from Saturn says, yes, joining the server is definitely on your list. Awesome, buddy. So what would you prefer? We're kind of have a little discussion going about what kind of a climate zone or where we want to settle. And of course, you're not obligated to be a part of our community. I hope you will choose to join us in building up a little house or something near us. But is this the way? Yeah. But yeah, we think wherever there are bears. I like Wist's idea. We talked about maybe going south to the warmer climates, but then maybe like a border area where, we have access to savanna and jungle, but then there's also maybe like some redwood forest and oak forest nearby. That's very much how my pacifist run was. I made it a point to start in the tropics, but there are still little pockets of like temperate forest, even in certain tropical areas. Have I ever played Save Our Ship mod? Is that the one where you make your own starships, Consolus? I don't think I have.
I'm not sure I carry much more.
I know exactly what you're talking about, I think. That's the one where you can... it was like the ship mod before the ship DLC came out. Yeah. I have not played that one. But I have played with the new DLC a little bit. South near a mountain, you could have a range of crop options. Yes, exactly. I mean, some of the best foods come from the south too. Rice, breadfruit. You assume the top server will be vanilla. God damn it. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm not cursing at you. I'm cursing at my cough. The vanilla server will... the top server will be vanilla. But I think that there are going to be some, and don't quote me on this, but I think there are going to be some client-side mods, meaning mods that you can install but will only affect your game, like Step Up. Hold on, guys. No, I think Step Up is one of the whitelisted client-side mods. I have to go in and look at their post again from Discord about it, but I'm pretty sure there is a short list of like client-side, and Step Up is one of them. And don't ask me what else is on the list, because I don't remember, but I do remember seeing Step Up on that list. Yeah, that's so hard to play without that one. It's no fun pushing spacebar 1,000 times, going up a mountain. Yeah, that will help. Thank God. It must just be a Step Up official. I know, it's like, it can't be that difficult. Like, the coding for Step Up. I mean, I'm sure it's a small mod. Just a couple lines of code. I don't really know. I'm not a coder. But, it's just the dev team is... they're very dedicated to keeping Vintage Story in a particular feel. They want to, there's a particular way that they're developing that game. The lead developer, Tyrone, has a vision for that game. I would say that's true. And not to say that the mods don't add to that vision, but they might not be within the certain priorities, that he's shooting for to accomplish the vision. And it might also be the fact that he's like, well, there's already a mod for that, so why would we add it to the base game? Some people want it, they can add the mod. Yeah, I don't know, though. His personal views on Step Up. Let's see. It's easy to see how hard to implement Step Up is. Just look at the code. Yeah, that's a good point. I should make those assumptions. Just because it's like a small mod, it could be incredibly complex. Yeah, I'm not a coder, so I should not make those kind of assumptions. Did I get the rose hips from here? So we're in the ravine now, which is my favorite map in the whole game. It's not where our base is, but it's next to our base. And there's no wolves, there's no scary bears or animals in this map. That's one of my reasons I like it. The scariest part about ravine is the fall. But we're not going to fall, people. I'm just looking. Pressing spacebar makes my finger feel in agony, so I don't know why they want me to feel that. I'm sure it's nothing personal, Hattie. It's not personal, buddy. All right. So we've got to stop in the Mystery of Lakes, and I'm going to drop off some stuff, but I'm going to make a push to Forlorn Muskeg, which is a risky map. The Forlorn Muskeg is one of those maps that I have died on so many times. Whether it's usually it's due to the wolves. But I'm going to do my best. That's not a stick. Alright, the weather is beautiful, perfectly calm, temperature stable as can be. Not a care in the world, people. It's almost like this is on easy mode right now. What are we talking about? Interloper? Nah, I secretly reset it to Pilgrim. Didn't even tell you guys. No, I'm just kidding. We're Interloper, full speed ahead. We do need to go down into the ravine at some point, but since there's no guaranteed spawn down there anymore, I don't see much reason to do that. Certainly not today. Alright, get up there. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Don't fight me. Just get on here. There we go. Smooth as butter. Let's move it, people. Oh, look at this. I left some little red buds here. Come to me. Get these feathers, too. Really got to locate some maple saplings. Still have not found a maple sapling, and I cannot make my bow without it. Alright. I'm tempted to do a little rabbit hunting. Let's take a drink. This water's weighing me down. You could visit Cozy Bleak Inlet. Yeah, the name is so cozy, isn't it? Actually, I would say I know enough to know that you're joking. I think you're joking, right? But I don't know that map. I do not know the Bleak Inlet. You know, one place I'd like to learn, maybe in this playthrough, is Mountain Town. Because that borders the Mystery Lake, obviously where I've gotten my base at. And as far as I know, right, there's a ton of places to loot in Mountain Town, aren't there? It's like a loot paradise. Nice, got him on the rebound. Good night. Alright. Mountain Town is chill. Now, it's got wolves and stuff, though, right? Of course, but it's just... It's pretty dense. I did travel through it once. Remember I told you I did that ASMR video? One of the locations I chose was Mountain Town, so I've been through it like once or twice, but not a lot. Alright, let's go knock out some more rabbits. If possible. Oh, I wish you could take out deer with rocks, you know? Maybe once in a lifetime shot. Let's go, people. I got my auto walk turned on. I'm going to pop another cough drop. Sorry. Hate to do it. Ooh, man, oh man. Wister, you still playing? Hey, Mini Mongoose. Welcome to the stream, my friend. How's it going? ASMR like Vanny into the mic. Not quite that. Not quite that, buddy. No, it was just, there was no... My voice wasn't a part of the video. It was just long, dark ASMR. So really what I did was I just set myself up in a cave or like a fishing shack, lit a fire, and I just sat for an hour and recorded as like the weather patterns change and you hear the fire crackle and stuff. So it's more like just a cozy ASMR, you know what I'm saying? No human voices involved. But it's 8 hours long. Took me over a week to make. We got terrible views, but that's okay. That's not the point. You got terrible congestion, Mini Mongoose. I'm sorry. Are you... Wait, am I going the wrong way? Let's see. Are you still sick then? I imagine. Yeah. It's going around, that's for sure. I've been feeling it too the last few days. You know when you take like NyQuil or DayQuil, the liquid, and they give those little cups that you're supposed to pour it into? I've just been disregarding the cups, and I've just been chugging the stuff. Don't recommend that. Don't do that in your lives, people, but I'm just done with those little cups, man. I'm done with them. I need to get back into my game. It took a break for Xmas travel, and now I'm afraid I'll die as soon as I load it. That's how I feel every time I log into this stream, Wist. I'm like, oh, great. I'm going to forget all the lessons I've learned after playing the whole week, not playing the whole week. I'm going to die. But so far, we've managed to survive for an hour and 14 minutes. You'll be fine, West. You're more advanced than I am. All right, I got to watch my well-fed bonus. Obviously, we're going to sleep in Mystery Lake for the night. Hopefully we... Oh, I do have a stink. Oh, that's right. I got that raw rabbit on me. Hopefully we can get out of here in the morning, though, and get to Forlorn. We'll see. We'll see. You can never... You got to be adaptable, you know? I've been using measuring spoons because I don't feel like washing the cups. It's another good reason not to use the cups. Who wants to wash those little things? All right. Uh-oh. Cougar time, people. He's in my lake. The cougar's all up in my business.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Damn that cougar. Oh, let me eat something real quick. It's going to get me sick. I can feel it. Oh, okay. We made it. We're here. Back to the Lake of Mysteries, people. What lies beneath? Don't ask me that question, because I don't know. But only a brief stopover on our way to hopefully finding the heavy hammer. When I get this far into an interloper run and I still haven't found the hammer, I almost just feel like I'm never going to find it. I'm just going to have to live scavenging bunnies and... Here, kitty, kitty. You know, I was reading the wiki on the cougar because I've never really encountered it and tangled with it much, but the wiki says that if you, like, respect its territory and don't go seeking it out, then it will, you know, leave you alone. But at the same time, I might just accidentally stumble into its territory. I don't really know where that is. But I will die if we see it, if it comes at me, because I don't have a bow. All right, time to drop off some stuff. All my cooking supplies will be left here. I'm going to take this stuff. Yeah, this is coming with me. All right. We got some cougars in your hometown. It was always big news when one swam over. Really? That'd be amazing. I've seen big cats in zoos before, but never like in real life. All right, let me drop that. Drop these sticks. Let's go put away some of our stuff in the trailer. Actually, I'm going to drop the rabbit here, too.
Feels like night is coming.
Problem is that its territory continues to expand as long as you're there slowly, but enough to catch you off guard. Oh, Genera 9. So, in other words, there's ultimately probably going to be some sort of confrontation, huh? Well, I just hope that we have the bow and arrow by that point. But I've been told by Aram, who's not here today, but he was saying that even with the rifle, like the cougar takes like 4 or 5 shots or something to down it. So it's not an easy opponent. And I'm sure with the bow and arrow, it's going to be even more difficult. You know what? I should have put those up by the fire. All right, so I'm just dropping off some of my extraneous stuff here that I don't really need. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Don't need 2 of those. Don't need the fishing hook. I'm going to bring this. I almost never use this, but this is like something I don't often find in my travels. Now that I found it on this run, I just keep ignoring it. So we're slimming down because we're going to make a pretty hectic trip, pretty rough and dangerous trip tomorrow. Is it full? What's going on? Why can't I? Sometimes the game's a little weird. There we go. Okay, lunchtime. All right. I hope you have a good lunch. And if anybody does miss part of the stream and you want to get caught up and you want to watch the rest of it, I will post it on my YouTube channel. It's probably going to get posted tomorrow, yeah, because tonight is another episode of the In a Woods run coming out. All right, we'll put our clothings away. How's everything doing? We got a 74% hat. That could be repaired. This could be repaired. That could be repaired too. Maybe we'll do that in the morning, depending on the weather. What time is it? It's nighttime, so we need to eat. And let me drop these off. Got some of these things that need to be dropped out to cure. All right. And what are we doing here? Okay, I think it's about time for bed. So let's fill up on a little bit of food. We're going to eat this fish for dinner. Use it when you hear a cougar. You'll definitely need extra to wait. Use it when you hear a cougar. You'll need it. Oh, you're talking about... Wait, what are you talking about? The thermos? I'm sorry, I missed it. I know you're probably referencing something I said, but I forgot already. All right, where's that little box? Let's put some of this stuff away. I'm carrying around 3 stems on me. Probably don't need that much. Okay, better. We're down to 55 pounds. Some of that is water, because I've got, 5 pounds of water on me. And I'm also carrying around some cooking utensils that I am going to drop off too. These two and these two. So we're good. Yeah, that's not a bad... Oh, I'm also carrying this crap around. I've got decorative stuff. Hold on, let me put that away. I should just hang this up, but... Carrying that stuff around. Like a comedian. Okay, here we go. Wait, did I drink? Let's drink a little bit. The one pink drink you started as a rare find. You stated as a rare find. Its side effects are useful, but it beats dying. Oh, okay. Pink drink. Are you talking about the insulated flask? This thing? I do have coffee in it, but I put this in here myself. It was empty when I picked it up. All right, so bedtime, 10 hours. That should put us right into the day, and I think my health is going to be totally full too. Hopefully. Take a little drink. Okay. Fill up on the water. Let's see, it's still nighttime. We are fully rested, though. Sorry, it's pitch black, so let's pull this up. What should we do? Actually tempted to go into the dam and maybe break down some crates. Acquire a little bit of wood. Damn it, I really shouldn't have left all that loot back at Coastal Highway. I think I had a whole bunch of coal that I needed to bring with me, but I'm not going back there now, so let's just ignore it. Let's eat this. Hopefully it doesn't make me sick. I'm going to crunch up my cough drop now. Got to mix up with the one that energy drink. Oh, no problem. No problem, Jen. Sounds like the Go energy drink, which shouldn't spawn on Interloper. Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably one that doesn't spawn. It's not one I'm familiar with. All right, what are we doing here? Can't really work on my clothing. Let's just step outside real quick. Oh my God. What a storm. Alright, we're going to come over to the dam. This is my base, but it's kind of split between the dam and the trailer. So I'm just going to drop these guys. I'll keep one of them for the travels. Oh, I also don't need that. Alright, let's go inside. I should be able to break a few things down in the dark without light. As long as we have crates available. So I'm going to be using the little cheat here. Yeah, 1 hour for 4 pieces of wood. That's reasonable. Okay. Didn't know they also removed Interloper considering the adrenaline needles are still available. Yeah, that's like the one like really major medical thing. I think that is included in Interloper is the stim pack. Okay, I think there's more crates up here. Is that what this is? Yeah. Break it down. Now it's daytime. So let's get out of here and see what the weather's like. Okay, it's not great weather, but it's very cold. I think what we'll do is go work on our clothing, like I said. I could cook up this rabbit. Thinking about food here. Thinking about food. If we travel to Forlorn Muskeg, this really isn't enough. But there typically is food at the Muskeg Forge. It's just I don't really want to rely on that, you know what I mean? Let's go in and repair our clothing, because that'll help us with our warmth bonus, first of all. And it'll pass a little bit of time. We'll see what happens with the storms. Those are some orderly piles. I try to stay organized. Yikes! Oh my god, no. Yeah, beat ya. Stupid dog. Had to run towards the dog that time. That was nerve-wracking. Alright, let's drink. Yeah, the puppy. I almost gave him a big hug. Ran right at him. Alright, so let's grab our cloth out of here. And we're going to look at our clothing. I think I said that this one needs to be repaired. Consolus, demand the audio for your side makes me nervous. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I scare you with my jump scare there? I apologize. I got nervous. The dog scared me too. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's looking good. I'd really like to get a new pair of shoes. These are not great shoes. I tell you, clothing-wise, it's been kind of a mixed blessing. I haven't gotten the best stuff that I'd like to see. Let's go ahead and repair these underwear, since that's the only pair that I have currently. Still pretty early in the morning, so I imagine the weather is very cold. But it might be not a bad idea. Let me look on this side. Okay. To try and make some of the trip now. I'm going to leave these as an emergency backup. Let's put away this cloth, whatever's left. The wood is coming with us. That's going to the forge. We've got some cured stuff for the arrows. I still don't have a bow, though. A bow stick, a maple sapling. That is a need. All right. Not going to be able to light any kind of fires with our magnifying glass, so I think we're just going to travel a little bit. Let me grab what's in here. Oh my god, 2 pieces of coal. That's it? That was all I put in here? Oh god. Well, this trip to Forlorn Muskeg is not actually a forging trip. It's really just looking for the hammer. If I find the hammer there, maybe I'll like forge a knife or something, or an axe would be smarter. But we'll probably have to just leave the hammer, just confirm that it's there, return, get a bunch of scrap metal, get coal, and go back. So it's not the most efficient, excursion that we're doing. But at this point, like I said, not finding the hammer up to this point has really made things difficult for us. I also think I should have probably waited on traveling, but we're out here. We're going. Let's move. I'm going to sprint. This is the kind of weather that I feel like can change in an instant. Just immediately become a blizzard. I'm also a little nervous about lighting a torch in this kind of a weather here. But, alright. I won't complain anymore. This is how I keep myself calm. It's just by constantly talking. Non-stop. Alright, we've already looted this spot, and it was disappointing. Is that a wolf, or... No, okay. We run. No, I might have dropped a little bit more charcoal along the route. I honestly can't remember. Let's see here. Food-wise, you know, another option, if you're familiar with this map, you know there's a dog ahead of me. There are several little cabins that are kind of around the lake itself, which I have not actually looted yet. And although there's probably not a lot of food there, there might be a little bit of food. I think we've got to go for a match. As much as I hate to do this. These dogs are not going to make it easy on me.
I can't feel my hands.
We can just aggro one of them and get him off our backs. I think we'll be okay. I'm surprised he hasn't seen me yet. What are you doing? Hello? Other one's back there. So he was running in the direction we're heading, so we'll probably have to do that again, but we'll see. His companion, one of the risks I've found with these wolves is when you get more than one coming at you. That can be a real problem. So I definitely don't want to aggro more than one at a time. Where did he go? Did he go up the hill? Well, I think we might have lucked out. I did have to waste a match, though.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Maybe we can light a fire at the cap. Oh, there he is. It's like Forrest Gump. He's just running. He's just running. Yeah, maybe we can start a fire at the cabin. Give me those sticks. Okay. Now, through that little pass, we could come across some rabbits, potential ptarmigan too. But I'm just now freezing, so I want to preserve this health if possible. We don't want to go into the Forlorn Muskeg map with like half health or something. That's just not smart. So we're going to duck into this little cabin over here and kind of warm up. So it also appears like the weather might be getting a little worse. I don't know. It's impossible to predict. But it's just about noon. Man, I wish I had a bow and arrow, people. Maybe I should do an interloper run, which is like a no bow challenge. I just focus on fishing the whole time. Just fishing. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. In we go. Of course, we've looted this area already, but it's a good place to get warm. Let me think here. What are we doing? You know, one thing I should have checked. Let's take a drink. Let's light another torch. Honestly, don't know if I want to start a full fire or not. Very indecisive right now. Let me actually come out. Let's go upstairs real quick. Okay. There's nothing up here. I was thinking maybe I left myself something, but no. Damn. Well, we could break down, get a little bit of wood from this location, so we'll do this. We'll start a quick fire. Oh, God, I have no tinder. That's right. What an absolute disgrace. Well, we're going to be picking some cattails hopefully in the next day or two, so I'll have to make sure to remember to grab plenty of the cattail heads. Start it. Torch, please. There we go. I don't know why it doesn't make the torch like the first option. You've literally got like a lit torch in your inventory. It's like, nah, maybe you want to use the magnifying glass first. It's not even available. Let's see, fishing challenge only would be cool if you set goals that require travel. Otherwise, it's a mystery lake only run. That's true. That's true. Oh, all right, get rid of that. Add a little bit. Bing, boom. Just trying to warm up here, essentially. I'd rather not pass too much time, but I'll just get some water going. We're probably not going to stick around for this whole thing to boil, but I'll just leave, like, part of it here, I guess. What's your fire starting skill? Wasn't that the skill at level 3 you no longer need tinder? Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember, but I'll check. Oh, my food's about to run out. All right, let's check our skills. Girls like guys with good skills. Okay, what do we got? Let's throw a little bit of wood on that. Skills. Fire starting is at 2, and I just crossed over. I just leveled up, so yeah, my skills are not great. Cooking is the highest, but it's still only a level 2. Well, it just takes time, you know, it takes time. Yeah, these will never come into play. There you go. Neither of them are at level 3 yet. All right, good news. We're almost warm. Let's wait 19 minutes. Now we're fully warm. I'm going to take that and drop the non-potable water. Don't really need to carry that. You know, on second thought, we are going to carry it. I'm not overweight now, and I can just boil that up when we get there. It'll be good to have a little head start on our water. So let's take a couple torches out of here, and we're going to hit the road. Yeah, I've got a decent amount of wood, but not enough charcoal, certainly, for a forge. Can the recycled cans be used as scrap? I'm going to take that. Wiz, do you know, can you turn the cans into stuff at the forge? I feel like that's a thing for some reason, but I can't remember. Oh my god, look at this weather. I have to kill a couple hours here. Alright, torch is getting put out. It's just the way it's got to be. Can't keep this thing fire sustained for too long. Oh, I left my book at home, didn't I? Damn it. Should always keep one good book with you. But without that, we'll just have to break something down a couple of times. Give me some wood. Beautiful. These chairs take too long. 2 hours for 4 pieces of wood. That is just not acceptable. I think if I had a hatchet, it would be better, but... Okay. Oh, look, that one's 45 minutes for 3. Yeah, that's the one to do. Beautiful. Let's step out there. See what we're looking at.
Trees.
Total whiteout. Oh, Mystery Lake, what are you doing to me? You're supposed to be a nice temperate map with not too much headache. All right, we'll take some cloth too. Believe it or not, you actually do need cloth when you go forging. If you want to make, like, I think the knife and the axe require some cloth. I think cans are used for some anti-timberwolf noisemakers. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Could look at our thing here. Just specifies scrap metal. Oh, cougar claw knife? That's sick, dude. I want the cougar's claw. I wonder if there's a recipe for metal. Travoy. There's your Travoy Consolus. Yeah, 4 maple saplings. I don't even have 1. Yeah, I don't see like a recipe to break down cans or anything, unfortunately, but that's okay. I think what I'm thinking of is the game Green Hell. Yeah. Green Hell. Wandering Village. No, but I know which one you're talking about, Mini Mongoose. That's like the city builder, right? Or village builder that's like based on the back of a giant creature or something along those lines.
Starving.
Is that about right? I've seen it on Steam and I've checked it out a couple times, but never bought the game. That is the one. Are you playing it? Or are you thinking? Oh my god. Are you thinking about picking it up? Yeah, I've looked at it, but never made the choice to buy it. I don't have a lot to do here without a book. God damn it. I don't want to spend 2 hours breaking down a chair because that's just ridiculously too long. Let's see what's upstairs again. My sister got it for you for your birthday, and I played it for 17 hours straight before coming into the stream. No way. That's awesome. So it's really appealing to you, huh? 45 minutes. Perfect. Well, that's cool. I'm eating all my food here. Just absolutely doing the worst thing possible. We're legitimately going to have to pick a bunch of cattails. All right, let's go. Let's see. Come on. Be good weather. Well, good weather. God damn it. You completed it at the 15-hour mark and started a challenge mode. Okay. That's interesting. So you are loving it then, for sure. That's good. Okay. Well, I think we don't have much choice at this point, but to go ahead and break down one of these chairs. Let me just make sure I got the food, man. I hate how much food I've been forced to eat here. Hanging out in the stupid cabin. Very micromanagey, but that's your style. Yeah, that's very much the point of those like colony builders, city builders and stuff for sure. If you don't like micromanagement, then you should be playing a different game. All right, yeah, we have really just absolutely decimated my supplies. Oh my god. Well, I think this is gonna merit a change of plans. It's almost nighttime. There's almost no way I'm gonna travel to the Muskeg at night. I'd like to try and get back home to our main base and work on that rabbit and stuff. Damn it. This is why the weather, man. It'll get ya. Cougar warning. Wait a second. Oh. You may have a cougar before you may hear a cougar before you see it. Watch for fresh kills. Leave its territory to reduce the risk of attack. Okay, well. Great. Now I know. Let's go ahead and take these. Give me that. I'm going to take that hook right there, too. No. Ooh, I do want this deer head, though. Come here. Take it down. This one's kind of creepy. This looks like something you would see on, like... You guys ever watch Predator 2? The movie with Danny Glover at the end when they go in the alien Predator starship and they got all those like trophy skulls. That's what this looks like. It should be hanging on the Predator's starship. The end of Predator 2. I'll take the wolf poster. I don't love the tape. This is like how I hung posters when I was 12 right here. Actually, I think even at 12, I probably knew enough to like wrap the tape over on itself. Give me that. Give me that. What else? What is this? Give me. All this other stuff is dumb. What is that? It's a dumb picture. Wait, can I take the cobwebs? No. Whoa, look at this big old boy. We could take this down.
Need a horse.
No, it only lets me... Oh, I can take it. How big is that thing? It's only half pound. Everything is a half pound in this world. No, this thing's 11 pounds. Whoopsie. Either a Predatory Trophy or a Wendigo mask. There you go, General 9. Very, very good point. Look, there's another one over here, too. And why would you take that? Broken mount? Actually, I think did the storm die while I was goofing around? Or did it stop, I mean? Oh, look at that. The storm stopped. Okay, well... no, I don't think we can go to the Muskeg right now. I'm about to lose my freaking well-fed bonus here, people. This is nuts. I think what we're going to do is head back home. And I'm going to try and down a couple rabbits on the way. Oh, look, there's some cattails over here. I missed them. Imagine lugging a gigantic frame across the snow with wolves at your heels. I know. Priorities, you know? Priorities. Oh, I need that, actually. Alright, yeah, like I said, I have not searched all these cabins, but I think I'm going to leave them for now. Okay, there's a wolf over there, yeah. It's a good reason not to go over in that direction. We'll head this way. There's potential that we could... I think there's still a deer carcass or two along this trail. Might be able to get some crappy meat. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I think our best bet is to maybe even go into the ravine tomorrow and hunt up some more rabbits and stuff. Just be a bit better prepared food-wise. You ever open a cattail? I have a feeling I asked before. I don't remember the answer. Have I ever opened a cattail? You mean like the little fluffs at the top, like the fluff cat part of the cattail? I've played around with that before. I don't think I've ever opened like the stalk of a cattail though. Never bothered with that stuff, but yeah, the fluffy innards. Yeah. I've heard people say, like real survivalists, that the cattails are one of the best plants you can come across in a survival situation because every part of the plant is usable, whether it's eating like the stalks or using those like the heads as tinder. In fact, that's what I've picked up here in the game. We've got these cattail heads. The seed head can be used as tinder. That's exactly what you're talking about. Is those when you kind of separate them, they turn into fluff. It's almost like a magic trick. Like the amount of fluff that comes out of those, it's so compressed. You know, it's really amazing what nature can do.
I'm starving.
Okay, well, great. So the storm ended only for another storm to literally pick up moments later and start to blow. Great. Wonderful. Just what I always wanted in my life. See, and there's a deer carcass right there, too. If it was a little bit warmer, we could harvest it. I'm not even going to bother with these birches right now because I got so many of them already. They were just fluffy things to play with as a kid. That's right. Very true. Oh, my God. All right, so... have you tried eating the fluffy? Don't do that. Don't try it. Taking it from... it's good advice, Handy. Well, I think the weather just actually chilled out a bit. Pun intended. So let's double back. And we'll take a look at this. Poor little deer. So sad laying here looking like this. Alright, I don't want to starve while we're harvesting this deer carcass. It's not going to be much. I might even do this. 10 minutes? Yeah, I'll do that real quick. 10 minutes not going to be a worse thing. But we are going to be a little stinky now traveling. We'll have a scent line on us, so the wolves are going to be a little bit more feisty. But there could also be a rabbit or two along this trail. Got these cattails. Oh no, hope those aren't claw marks on that deer. No, that's not one of the cougar kills. That's one of those original spawns, like when you first load into the map, there are those deer carcasses sometimes scattered. That one, I've crossed by it now numerous times before the cougar was even like showed up. Oh, okay. Now we could walk this little route go down the stream, and we would end up getting a bunch of cattails. But if we go this direction, there's potential rabbits and another deer carcass, I believe, over here. So let's go this way. Also, I'm kind of curious. Okay, I only have one flare. It's not great, obviously. I mean, I got torches, and right now it is okay to light a match, but I do not want to waste matches. Oh, for the love of Pete. Come at me, dude.
I need to find food.
Well. Oh, I was wrong. The deer carcass is not here anymore. Maybe I already looted it. I think there's a couple rabbits back there. Okay. Being a weirdo. Get out of here. Well, now he's headed back towards where the rabbits are, so we'll just ignore it. Darn it. We can go into the ravine, too, maybe in the morning. Hunt up a couple more rabbits, potentially. I'm trying to get this trip going to Forlorn Muskeg, but, man, that storm that took up most of the daylight hours today really ruined my plans. That's how it goes, though, you know? I've said it before. It's one thing that this game will teach you, which can transfer over to like a real life scenario, is patience. Are the wolves really hard to kill? Yes. If you get into an active like melee engagement with the wolves, it's almost certain that I would die. There's this stupid like, you gotta tap the button really quick. It's like the only way you can like fight with the wolf is to just tap, tap, tap your button as fast as you can. And I am not good at tapping the buttons really quick. So usually when I get involved with a wolf, it's a pretty detrimental situation. It's not a guaranteed death, but like I say, I usually suck at the wolf confrontations. Typically, they're pretty easy to scare off. As you've seen, like if you have fire, you can scare them off, but as I mentioned earlier, when you get into multiple wolves, that's when I start to run into problems dealing with two. There's a wolf in front of us, too.
It's getting dark out here.
He's coming right at me because he smells me. Smells this little... Whenever you're carrying around raw meat like this, the predators will smell you more. They'll come at you from farther away. Using two different equipment, rock and aiming is a bit safer than torch tossing. Leaves your torch at your feet. Oh, so I know what you're talking about, West. You're right. I forgot about that. Okay, let's try that, because this wolf might actually come at me. I think I've had, like, bad luck with that method in the past. So what you're talking about, instead of actively throwing it at the wolf, hit 2, and then aim. And it just drops it right at my feet. There we go. Yeah, that worked well. Okay. So we came all the way back here. We just did a big circle for no benefit whatsoever. Well, I did get a little bit of food, but it's really not like a whole lot. Obviously. One little piece of deer meat, and we got a rabbit over here. It's enough to get us through the night, but not to travel to Forlorn. Alright, let's knock this fire out. Start. Hurry up, hurry up. Torch is about to burn. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Come on, little fire.
Failed to attempt the start. God damn it. Torch. Stick. 55%. Wow. No, 75%. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit better. I was going to say with the torch, I thought that the percent chance would be higher than that.
Come on.
Oh, boy. Come on. Boom. There we go. All right. Out of here. And we'll add, not the coal. Very precious that coal is. There's a mystery beep I must attend to. Okay, no problem. Let's see, an hour on that, hour till boiled. $57.33 hour on the fire. Temperature's actually going up here as we're sitting. What does it say? Oh, that's ready. Let's eat that. That was quicker than I thought. Put that back on there now.
Drop any of this gear.
Okay, let's harvest this rabbit. I hope I don't lose my well-fed bonus here. Hurry it up, hurry it up. I'm going to have to break into one of these cans of sardines, which I've been trying to avoid. Yeah. Let's actually drink a soda. You can avoid this. I don't think I should be eating that fat at 35%. It's probably not good. All right, speaking of fat, I'm going to drop it right here. I'm also going to drop this rabbit carcass because I don't really care about the rest of it right now. Oh, nope. I'm only interested in the meat on that sucker. All right. Yeah, I'm getting pretty low on water. So we do want this finished. 36 till done, 38 till boiled, 49 till burned out. So let's toss a little bit more wood. And we'll just wait on this. Eat it. All right, that's a good amount of calories right there. Yeah, those deer carcasses are pretty worth it, just depending on your situation. You're going to start setting alarms at this. But hey, what's up, Ulrich? How you doing, Kenny? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. You missed the post that I put. I'm sorry, dude. Let's grab that. Water. Let's boil up this non-potable stuff that we stopped halfway through. Hour till boiled, 47. Let's add a little bit more wood. So that's timed pretty well. I'm going to take a couple torches out of this. Well, Kenny, I'm glad you could still make it, buddy. How you been doing? We got a new episode of the Interwood series coming out tonight, my friend. All right, let's put that away. Hour and 20. Give me another one. And that's looking good. 20 until ready. Grab that for the morning. 33 until boiled. 51. Let's take a torch. We're about to go to bed here shortly. All right, take one more. 29, 30. Ooh, let's add a stick.
I need to find a place to rest.
Big. Okay, we're good. Let's go. Back to our little trailer where we will sleep through the night, obviously. In the morning, we're going to duck into the ravine. What am I carrying? Probably all that wood. Yeah, let me drop off some of this stuff in this truck. Well, so far, buddy, we haven't made too much progress, unfortunately. Just in the sense we've been searching for the heavy hammer, but it has just not shown itself. So the goal right now is to make a trip to the Forlorn Muskeg where there's potentially a hammer spawn, but no guarantee. No guarantee. All right, we got a dog at us too. Let's exit. Sorry, dog. Not today. You're not getting me. All right, we're in here. Let's drink. Let's see. Have you hit the dam yet? Yes, we did search the dam already. All right, I think we're good to go ahead and sleep. Yep, we've searched a lot of places. I mean, there are several maps that I haven't been to, obviously, yet, but that we definitely need to look at. But the hammer is a priority, so I've been going to just some of the places where I know that it can spawn. It's just we've been getting pretty unlucky. All right, let's see. What are we eating? Let's eat this rabbit. Okay, how's my Well, what time is it? Okay, it is morning. Let's look at the weight. Weight's not bad. I have a feeling it's going to be a nasty morning, so let's step outside. It's not bad. Not quite as cold as I thought it would be. We're going to run into the ravine and see if we can knock out a couple of rabbits. I do have a hacksaw. I have a hacksaw and a pry bar. I mean, I'm basically, well, no, I'm not totally ready. I need a maple sapling too, but if I can find a maple sapling and a heavy hammer, we're going to be in business. It's just so far no luck. Temperature's dropping in this map. A couple little spots here. I've got a good amount of birch saplings, but the birch saplings are strictly for the arrows. We need maple saplings, at least one, ideally more than one, for the bow itself. Nailed it. I know there's more. Yeah, we got a lot. There's actually more in this map, too, that I haven't cut down yet. Or no, that was in the Mystery Lake, but we know a lot of birch saplings, but I need more maple. It's okay. I wouldn't mind at all just like getting the hammer, going to the forge, making all my tools and stuff, and then worrying about the maple sapling last. I just saw a deer. Yeah, there's a deer over there. Okay, we're getting pretty cold, so let's go to the other spot where we might see some rabbits. If we went down the ravine too? Huh. It's actually not a terrible idea. Although it's extremely risky climbing down into the ravine at any point. This would be the point to do it when it's morning time and we got a decent amount of energy. There could be some loot down there, and there's definitely more rabbits. I do have a stem with me and some coffee. Let's just do it. Let's freaking do it. Now, it used to be on Interloper in the old days. You come down to the bottom of this ravine here, you were guaranteed to get the flare gun and some flares for it. That's no longer a guaranteed spawn though. So it's doubly risky coming down here essentially. We could end up with very little out of this little climb. The hard part is getting up too. So I'm definitely going to drink a cup of coffee. I might even just use a stem. I don't know. That's riskier, though. There's 2 rabbits. All right, right off the bat, we're not doing too bad on that. Where'd my stone go? Okay, yeah, sometimes you'll find the flares. This is where they used to guarantee to spawn. It was right in here, but... take that book to start a fire with or something. Yep, no flare gun in here, unfortunately. Alright, so... if we could walk down the stream a little bit farther, there could be more rabbits. I'd like to go home with like 3 or 4 rabbits. That would be ideal. There might be a deer carcass down here too, come to think of it. No, I'm not going to sprint. I need to be conserving my energies. In fact, I know there's a deer carcass down here because of those birds right there.
It's so cold.
And there's a cave. I don't know if there's loot in this cave though. Oh, a couple cattails. I'd kind of like to spend a little bit of time down here getting all these cattails and harvesting this deer, but See if we can warm up in this cave real quick. Temperature is rising in the cave. So theoretically, I could sleep for like an hour here and bring that temperature up. The real risk is if the weather changes. Because we could get stuck in a blizzard down here, you know? And that would be a real bad thing. Let's sleep for an hour and try it. No blizzards, please. It is the morning, too, so we could easily get a storm. But this cave is warm enough to sleep without a fire. Oh, thank God. Okay, so... yeah, not bad. I'm not going to pick up that fur. It also gave us a bit more energy, too, because remember, like I said, the hard part is climbing out of this ravine. Don't want to encumber ourselves. We have to make sure our energy bar is full enough. Let me just look at this guy real quick. We might grab that on the out. Pound and a half, it's not very much. Not actually seeing any other rabbits either. I thought there were more down here.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Not worried about the mushrooms. I probably should be grabbing all these mushrooms too, but you can't directly eat the mushrooms, so I rarely bother with them when I should. Alright, let's head out of here. Gotta make this climb. Alright, I'm gonna grab the deer meat. Temperature's going down, but we'll be fine. 6 minutes. Health bar is okay. I mean, it's totally full. Hurry up, that's the longest 6 minutes of my life right there. All right, let's go. Give me these. Well, we kind of lucked out here in this trip. There have been times when I've climbed to the bottom of this and slept in that cave, and it's just been an absolute disaster. Because there's just not much down here. You know, you can't really survive for long term unless you're stocked up with food and water. Okay. There's a few little twigs. All right, let me look at my encumbrance. Ooh, we're at 79. I'm definitely going to have to drop something. Okay, that's better. I think that'll do it. And I will drink a cup of coffee right before we grab the rope. Turns out that thermos is pretty cool. I like the ability to carry like 6 cups of coffee without it taking up too much room. I wish we could loot that train car. I bet that one's full of loot. Oh, man. Look at that. It almost looks like you could maybe, like, platform your way up to it, doesn't it? Like, it almost looks like those logs are specially placed to, like, tempt you to go try that. Well, we ended up with 2 rabbits and a little piece of meat here. All right, so I'll drink this coffee, even though it's cold. That's okay. We'll still get the energizing benefits from it. And up we go. This is one of the longer climbs. I don't think it's the longest climb, but there is a ledge where we can stop to rest too, so we'll definitely do that. I don't think it's critical, but I always make a point to just stop and rest. Okay, it's very cold. Here's the ledge. So if we just stop climbing and turn and look at it, we can step to it. And just wait a moment or two for our, like, little hands to recover. She's yawning and stuff. This takes a lot of energy out of you, though. I'll tell you that. Oh, it says I'm too encumbered to climb now. It's because my energy dropped so significantly. We might struggle to actually make it up this. Oh, screwed myself. Okay, we're no longer encumbered. Yeah, because of course, as your energy reserves deplete, you cannot carry as much. So, when 75 pounds was okay at like max energy, it's no longer okay when you run out of energy. It becomes cumbersome. Oh my god, look at that little eyeball in the bottom left. It's so close to running out. Look at this, I can barely crawl up the last stage. No, don't tell me we're not gonna make it. Oh, get up there, baby. Just did it. Look at that. Oh my god, my energy just ran out. Literally the final step. That's insane. Alright, we gotta get home. This is as fast as I can travel now. There's no sprinting. Even if I saw a rabbit at this point, I wouldn't want to stop for it. Wow. Yeah, that was close. That was as close as you're going to get without falling. Now, it wouldn't necessarily have been a death sentence if we had to start all over, because I do have a stim. I could have popped that adrenaline stim. And let me tell you, I've done that before on that particular climb. It makes the climb a breeze. But, the risk with the stims is if you're not like at a place you can sleep, once the stim wears off, you're going to be hurt because your energy is going to be like negative. Adrenaline shots are nothing to play around with, but they will save your life. Yep, no sprinting. We're just on the slow walk, people. Luckily, though, the weather has definitely held up here in the ravine. But man, oh man, thanks for hanging around with me, guys, for so long today. We crossed the 2-hour mark. We're going to keep going a little while longer. I mean, obviously, I got to get my guy back to the Mystery Lake. Damn it, there's a deer right over there. Ah. See, this is why, if we can get a bow and arrow, this is why I love the dam. Because the ravine is so close, and it is such a gold mine. Like every couple of days, the rabbits will return. There's at least like 2 deer spawns. Only thing it doesn't have is my maple sapling. Okay, here we go. And if you get like a blizzard too, it's actually got the road, which I never use. But if you're like newer to the map, you can just walk along the road and you'll never get lost. As long as you don't go off into the woods necessarily. But all right, either way. Look at this. Pushing my guy to the extreme. Almost all 3 out of the 4 bars are in the red. Don't let the food get red, though. It's funny, my energy is... I'm still getting the bonus energy from the coffee, but it's doing nothing. It's like a drop in the ocean, people. Oh.
All I can think about is food.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a 7 Days to Die live stream tomorrow, too, guys. So if anybody wants to check out the multiplayer server we got going, Mr. Consolis has been so great to manage and put up for us. I'm going to be playing on that one for a couple hours at least. Looking forward, not sure what we'll do. Probably another Horde night, although it just depends on timing. But yeah, try and get some books. That's what I really need to be doing in that game, is getting my knowledge up. All right, we've made it back to the Lake of Mysteries. So the thing to do now is probably sleep for a little while. I mean, I've got all this raw meat on me, but we're going to want to get our bars up here. I want that temperature and at least a little bit of energy. What time for the 7 day stream? Great question. It's going to be about the normal time. I have it set on my Twitch that I start streaming at noon, but that's usually like the latest that I'll ever stream. Usually I get on a couple hours before that, so roughly about the time I started today, which was about 2 hours ago, essentially. But, boom. Make sure you follow me here on Twitch too, Monster, because you don't have to subscribe, but if you follow me, you should get the notifications whenever I go live, although it's not super reliable. Sometimes it'll get like shunted to the wrong part of the email or whatever. I don't know. I wish there was a better system for notifications. Consolis has recommended like a public Discord, but just for like notifications. Initially, I kind of wrote off that idea, but I've thought about that a bit more. And I don't know, it's not a terrible idea. Could work. Could work. I'm just afraid if I set up a public Discord that was just for like channel notifications, people would want to chat and stuff on it. And they'd be like, "Oh, just let us chat. You know, we should be able to chat at least." And then that opens the floodgates. Then I have to start moderating it and banning people and this and that. All right, so let's put a few things away. There's that. Clothing's fine. Got a lot of freaking torches on me. Oh, I forgot we got all this stuff too. Yeah, let's drop all this off. Don't need to carry that around with me. I can't believe I just went down into the ravine with a bunch of freaking decorative stuff on me. What a crazy person. I wonder if you could change permissions so no one could post, but you could. Well, yeah, I can definitely do that. Like I can make a room so that I'm the only one who can post like text in it and people can just like respond with emojis or whatever. Yeah, that's do. In fact, I have a channel like that on my private Discord. But again, like I'm worried that if I did that, people would complain and they would want to chat and stuff and share images or whatever, just like you do on a normal Discord server. But, I've run a public Discord before in the past and it is just too much of a headache. It takes away from the time that I can spend making content, essentially. So in a ways, it becomes counterproductive, if you know what I mean. I create the Discord to advertise the channel, to grow community, but then it takes away from, the channel in a sense. But the private Discord is great, and we actually absolutely have a wonderful group of people over there, and I love it, and I don't have to worry about them at all because they're all great people. All right, let's see. Technically, you could also make your Discord public, but make all the current channels except the ping channel. Yeah, that's true too. That would take a little bit more like finagling with it and stuff. But that's true too. Yeah, that's one good thing about, well, it's not the one good thing, but it's one of the many good things about Discord is it's very functional. It's got a lot of adaptability. You can do bots and stuff. So, I mean, I could literally sink a bunch of time into Discord, but like I said, it just starts to take away from the actual purpose of the channel. I go to the Discord too, not to be stressed. It being public would not be a great time to. I see it. Kenny, yeah. No, I would never turn our Discord into a public one. I would, like Consola says, I would either like adjust it so it was like one specific channel or just do like a whole separate one. But not a big deal. Don't worry. Our Discord, the Patreon Discord, is a safe place that will not be changed drastically. I might add some new game channels here and there from time to time, but that's it. All right. But I do appreciate all you guys, all the patrons, the non-patrons, anybody who just comes by and watches the stream, says hello, or even if you're just a lurker. I really do appreciate all you guys out there, helping me achieve my dreams here on Twitch and YouTube. But, well, like I said, we got ourselves back to the lake here. I think we'll call it on at this position. But I swear, next weekend, we got to push for that muskeg. I can't just be playing around in this run forever. We got to get this bow and arrow. So I do appreciate you guys. Kenny says, between art and food and vibes, we don't want like others ruining that. Exactly. Now, getting them notified would be fine. Yeah, I'll think about that. It's a good idea. We'll just have to see how the larger viewer base responds to something like that. But either way, guys, like I said, thank you all for joining me again today. Of course, I'll be streaming The Long Dark again next weekend, and tomorrow's going to be 7 Days to Die. So I hope you guys will all tune in, and I'll see you on the next one.